Hello all, welcome. Glad to see that so many have arrived to today's live stream. I hope I don't will have the same problem as yesterday's stream and it was really laggy. Okay, today's stream I have prepared much better than yesterday. The background to this video I talked a bit about yesterday, and it was the discussion I had with Mark Hollander, a flat earther, one of the creators of one of stupid flat documentaries, and he challenged me to debate, and I after a while replied that I was ready to debate the person in this so-called documentary that called himself Radar Expert X David. I haven't heard from Mark for 2 weeks, so I don't think it's debate. But then when I was out working, I started to think about a series of videos where I use my knowledge, and one of things I'm professional in is war, and that's a quite tragic thing to be professional in. But I'm planning to make a series of videos. I've made some before, but this time I plan not debunk video, because it's hard to find flat earth material to debunk. They repeat. So I'm planning to do a series of videos where I show military technique that we don't live at all. It's so a part of this stream will be that I will send some of the material I work with at the moment, and I would be happy your views on things. So this is what I'm planning today, and then I have a small thing about our dear friend Devil Earth. He was on my channel earlier today commenting on my latest video about him. So if we have time, I also will have a short thing about Devil Earth. 8 people in the side chat. Great. So today I'm back to one of my favorite topics. That's radar. So probably you heard me say a lot of this before, but I'm trying to make a more professional about and what the globe. On that Earth. Good morning, Investor Bacon. Okay, let's start with some images. first of all, this is raffle. It was sank Falklands. This I have made a video about. I will go in more depth that upcoming video, but I will leave it for Leo loves he thinks that AVAC planes proving the flat Earth. AVACs, to have flying radar is not a new thing. This is the Second World War. Quite early they used radar. They did see one of the problems, and that's the radar horizon. Therefore, the radar higher up, you reach further with the same radar, same range of signal. This is an American radar plane that came out in the 50s. So long before NASA and long before they started to hide Earth. This is for modern, this is the type of AVACs they have on aircraft carriers. This is one of the ones that the NATO countries when they are on maximum height, they about 600 kilometers. You can see kilometers. You also have helicopters with radars used more to get better coverage for perhaps tanks or ground. And here you have another. This is a part of the US early warning system for missiles, cruise missiles and so on, and this platform have engines can be moved. But in this way US can move radar very easy. And here you have Russian aid. This can see ground object about 50 kilometers away. And if we look at the ongoing about 400 kilometers. I have, if you see the circle here, in the center you have Kiev, and to see Kiev with the AVAC, the Russian's best AVAC. The AVAC plane have to be somewhere in circle, and this one of many problems I have for. Of course, they have satellite images and so on, but satellites don't hold rain in real time. So to hit targets a war, you need to know where they are now. So cover Kiev to Kiev, the best place is Belarus. And if you look at the Russian border, right, they have to fly very close to Ukrainian. to be able to give. This is SU-7, one of many planes that Ukraine have. This can travel 250 2,500 km per hour afterburner, and they would those in 7 minutes they would travel under 10 minutes probably. So the AVAX has early warning for planes and to spot things around. So but according to FLIRs, the radar horizon is something he made up to hide the true Earth. The manual is shown on the screen now. I will link it afterwards in the comments. This document. This is a radar operational manual from United States Fleet, dated April in 1905, and it was confidential at that time. And we look further into that document. There we have it. Okay, I think it can be hard to read, but this is from the radar's childhood times. On this page, general radar principle. Remember that for practical purposes, radar affected by visual limit, not affected by vision, can detect well darkness and smoke and almost fog. Through does have a maximum range, a radar horizon. So this is from the end of World War II. Was a confidential manual for people fighting against the Nazi. Why would I about the radar? It's there you have the text. Thank you, you. Yes, I'm fine. And you? That the signature on this image from this manual, the Assistant Chief of Staff for the Navy, and its Commander-in-Chief United States Fleet. So but I will link to this document. This is another document I also will. This radar navigation and manual. This is from 2001. Course. It covers radar horizon. Sorry, you have a small illustration here. So every manual find about either secret or official document, all talks. But if you look at another document that I will link, I'm having a slight problem. Playing this. Oh, it's here. Okay. I did have some problems. This is why is this is from John Hopkins. Oh, wait a moment. I have to check. So, there we have it. This is from John Hopkins University, and it's about South China Sea. I have no order in this. If you look at this map, in the South China Sea, between Malaysia, Vietnam, China, and so on, this area is a military hotspot. You have small atolls and several this area of islands is different countries in the area have established military bases. And why have they done that? They have moved into small atolls. This Double Reef, which is China military base. The whole atoll is a military base, and you have several. This is the other one. Here you have the explanation. To be able to control this area, you need to have radar coverage. Of course, they have AWACS, and in this illustration, you see how far an airborne unit sees and what they can see. Islands. Here you have different radars. So with the airborne on 10,000 meters height, it's the circle or markings furthest out. they will see 425 kilometers, and the closest one is what they can see from ground-based radars on islands. So to be able to control this area, they have air bases and radar stations, so they can control all traffic area. This is big investment and would not make any sense on a flat. This is one of the type of radar stations Chinese have in the area. Some pictures. Utilities out false. You also have all over the horizon, and if they place passive horizon radars, they will cover almost the same area as AVAC thing. But over the horizon radars is not equal exact ordinary. So this is some of the base material I will upcoming videos. And I have more. I have a lot of material showing that this type of utilities, where they're placed, how they equipped, and makes no sense on that Earth. So in some weeks' time, I will, and I'm trying to get approval to show some too. I'm not that, but I'm trying to pull from trying to read what's saying in the side chat. Yes, you. Great question. What is something at Earth? I did have a look at.
Morning all, hope everyone's well. Got quite a few things to look at this morning, but
This Theo's latest video. I will jump in it. This was released, I think, yesterday from Leo.
footage, horizon tests, ISS transits, pictures, black holes, and telescopes. So let's get cracking.
Oh, cool.
Morning all, hope everyone's morning. Balloons, transits, pictures, black holes, and telescopes. So let's get cracking.
So the first part is talking about balloons. I will show a bit of it, but then I will. I think this one is 6 minutes long. Since we server.
First up, we got this high altitude balloon footage, which is approximately 20 miles up. Just have a little look at this. Put the sound down, but if you want to see the original of this, it's on my channel, link in the description. This one's for the globies. Obviously pay particular attention to the horizon, and of course the sun, and of course the sunspot beneath the sun. Pay particular attention to the sun's position above the horizon, how close it is.
Uh, uh, but this is not find more interesting. Then he make this.
Now we're going to have a quick
thing.
peep at a simple horizon test showing two different viewpoints. One, a balloon going up and viewing a level Earth. Two, a balloon going up supposedly above a sphere Earth. And of course, one is realistically demonstrably true, the other is just pure fantasy. Great example. I'm not sure if it's exactly to scale, but of course, one represents reality on the right, the other on the left is a pure fantasy.
So Theo have never climbed a high mountain, but this wasn't the part I wanted. It's ISS. This part I find hilarious.
So now I'm over at Scott Manley's channel. Scott is a globe fantasist and a super space fan. I gotta be honest, he's quite a nice fella. But he's got an ISS transit here. We'll have a quick look at this clip. And I think we'll pause it there. Now take a good look at this picture here, this image of the sun with the ISS in front of it, filmed by our mate Scott. Now let's go back to the balloon observation, which of course is demonstrably true. So now I've quickly recreated Scott's observation. Here's Scott, the globe fantasist. Here's his space station, which is more likely a high altitude drone or plane, and then of course the sun behind it. But just looking at that just shows you how ridiculous this is. Their interpretations of these sky observations are based purely on fantasy. Again, no one denies we see something in the sky. What we see is more than likely, like I say, high altitude drone. I should imagine they've got several, 3, 4 of them, based across the earth that fly. There's no point trying to fool sailors who will be looking up at the ISS when they're at sea. So they don't need to fool anyone across the sea. It's all about the main continents. And I should imagine there's a base nearby the main continents that participates in this charade.
But no one have seen those drones or airplanes look like this. No one know anything about those bases. It's and he's talking about scientifically proven.
Of course, we've got the sun, clearly not 93 million miles away. We've got the earth, clearly and obviously not a ball based on the horizon. And of course, the lack of horizon drop, i.e. none. And of course, then I put in Scott's observation against reality. And it kind of highlights the absurdity of his interpretation of his observation.
So Theo admits that something is up there 24/7 all year round. But if ISIS passes, for instance, UK and it's no clouds, it would be possible to observe ISS, for instance, in London and Glasgow. And if you have a phone, talking to your friend in London and Glasgow, and compare the time ISS passes the moon, for the sun. Then you could calculate the ground speed, and it would be a speed impossible for any airplane or drone. It, it, I love it that he admits that it's something up there, and this nonsense about only over the continent. Imagine if it's past me in Sweden, for instance, and then pass England. This timetable, but that you can find online exactly when you able to see ISS matches reality, what you see in reality all the time. So imagine the work to sync all those planes or drones so they uh, works with those predictions you can find online. This effort or and money to have a fake ISS there. It's so damn stupid. It's like ISS is final proof for the globe. Hello, Timo. That's oh, and I love it that he says that it's scientifically proven that we live on flat Earth pizza, and this is the kind of he have for his flat Earth. First, the silly illustration with the horizon, and then nonsense. To quote him, oh dear. Dog walker. I think that some kind of cartoon. I don't think Leo is. He's probably CGI. But I was thinking about making this, but the problem with the Level Earth Observer is that he's quite frankly he's quite boring. He's on repeat. Yes, Dog Walker, but that's Ishai Lins, you know. There is no curvature. Oh dear. Uh, back back to radar. Um, I think it will be uh, released 2 weeks time. The first one. The second one, I will go into depth to modern weapon systems, the globe. I'm looking for manuals for anti-ship missiles and so on. Not all is specified, not all. And then I will on some. I think it will be a series of 4 videos. Yes, Carl. Thank you. Uh, uh, if if you work with uh, with driving, what do you call it, driving ships, navigating big ships at sea and so on. The horizon is a factor that you always are aware of because radar systems, radio systems, and when it comes to our weapons, it's also important to know where the horizon is. He meant you, that you don't understand the most basic things. He must be that Carl man. No, Carl, it's you. He don't understand so much. He's from down under. He's living his life upside down. Uh, uh, I have to change this image because I found one more donation on PayPal. This so now we have passed 9,200. So I'm very thankful. Together have raised so much money. Brain. Timo, I I will probably go out in. I probably can be home for weeks. I'm working out at sea here locally, so have some uh, weapons test goes by where I'm working normal office hour some days. I'm patrolling the area where we are shooting anti-ship missiles. It's testing, but after that, I think I will go out for time. I probably 2 weeks. Thank you, Carl Edwards. Yes, Carl, I know that you live in upside down. Are you planning any new material soon? Uh, okay. Um, and I'm also working on some new episodes. Tour. Uh, it's not my most popular videos, but I think it's so damn funny to make them. So that's why I'm I'm Tour don't exist for the views. He exist for my amusement. So I'm not sure who will be the next guest on Tour's show, but I have several candidates. Yes, dog walker. At the moment, he's on the way to England. He's decided to invade England. Uh, so, or perhaps he end in Ireland. I'm not. So, that was what I planned for today. If you have any opinions about radar and military technique that you want me to cover in the upcoming videos, feel free to contact me, shout out, or leave a comment here. I will put links to the documents that I quite confusing way showed earlier on in this stream, but I will be in the. I put it in the description. Yes, Carl, it works. I, uh, so thank you for attending. I'm not so used to live stream. I always end up in some kind of trouble. Images is not showing in the correct order there. Oops. Now I'm showing the wide. This is the old coastal artillery that that's a museum nowadays. I'm a member of the board in this facility. Uh, I don't understand why the video started, but okay, let let it roll. This is this is the radar systems. This is late 80s technique. This facility was built 1958. It was opened and was closed in the beginning of the 90s. So the equipment in it is from 50s to the end of the 80s. It have three cannons, 15.2 centimeters, fired 22 kilometers, and system spotter ships. Radar was used for modern days. Laser. This is 40 meters under the surface. Was 320 people work this facility, and this in this museum that I'm holding have three facilities. We have this one, and we have a smaller one where it was 20 soldiers. There we have three 7.5 centimeter cannons, and then we have a small that was radar and laser them to target several facilities. And we had this type of sectionist. We had chain of radars cover the whole coast. It's the same today. More modern radars, but the whole coastline of covered by radar station. And I assume that most countries have this type of equipment. That here the screen control station for the air guns. They are 40 mm cannons and was down in. Oh, we're back to the start. I must read. Yes, this with in the reason why you have orange and so on in this type of facility you have it's the same in a wheelhouse on a ship. We have brown light or red light when it's dark outside to keep your ability to see in the dark, because if you go outside from a bright white or blue light into the dark, it takes a while before your eyes can see properly. It's the same on the ship. Our radar, we don't have bright radars. We have red lights in the houses at night. And that's also why radar screens and so on and this type of facilities are not bright. They can be green or orange, but not bright lights. The whole mountain, this facility was able to function 90 days without support from the outside. There were food. It have 2 power plants, big diesel engines. We passed it in video. It's the type of a big diesel engine that you have in ship. Have its own water supply and so on. This facility was built for be safe from nuclear bombs, but that was I mentioned for the bombs from the late 50s. So when it was closed, this facility wasn't safe from modern nuclear. The most modern facility we have is built in the late 60s, and it's built in another way. This older one is built with like a mine. It's a long corridor. It's 600 meters from one end to the other end of the facility. You have long corridor. When they built this type of facilities in more modern days, they built every cannon as a facility, and they had one facility for the staff, the officers, the leading functions, and they had no connections between facilities. They have no corridor. They could lose one cannon without affecting others. The most modern facility, the one that target information from several, it's built in another way. It's a big hole in the mountain. In that one, a house of concrete and steel, and it's hanging in, you call it, this is feathers, what do you call it? Rings, it's hanging in the top of this cave. So it could take direct hit the mountain, and the house is breaking in rings or I will make more in this winter. I'm planning to make a more well-made production of from all the three facilities that I will show, and then I will in this I have all the documentation for all weapon systems, radar systems, radio systems, and everything. These facilities. So later on this year, the winter when the museum is closed, I will make with information from these facilities where I touch on that a flat killer. But that's several months away because we will have quite a lot. Upcoming weeks have one arriving. So the end of the summer, but now we have buses coming and quite a lot of visitors. Okay, that was not what I planned, but it's have to do with war and war proving. Okay, I think I will just couple of minutes. I appreciate you visit me. I appreciate what would be inside the Flat Earth Museum? Great question, Mr. Paul. Yes, echo. Yeah. I think in a Flat Earth Museum you will have Nathan Oakley sitting in a sofa with the big mute button. Okay, I will. Oh, wrong button. I will play my extra and thank you very much for visiting me. Now I have to go. I'm on my way for a short trip out at sea. I have 35 minutes before I have to leave the harbor. This time it will be a 16-meter high-speed boat with two V8 engines with totally 1200 horsepower, capable for 50 knots. So it will be a nice day out at sea. See you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.